Alright, welcome back to the B-Hood broadcast. I'm your host, B-Hood. We're going to be shiny hunting today. But that's just what I like, you know what I mean? I like shiny hunting, what can I say? I like shinies. As always, we're going to be going for incredibly rare and unlikely Pokemon. Now, should that be the case? Probably not. Let's see if we already got a bot we got a ban in the kick chat. I'm betting we do. What the heck? Catching them slipping, man. They'd be lacking. Interesting. Okay. So I think we're gonna go back to our tree shake hunt. It's not the most engaging, but I want it, you know what I'm saying? Dude, this keyboard is wacky. The keys feel all terrible. I gotta get a better one. Alright. Yeah, we are gonna go back to we are gonna go back to our tree shake hunt. Just gotta update our stream stuff. I could switch over to champions because it's got a little bit of hype right now, but for my category, but I don't really want them. As you can see, we're currently back on our Recluse Mark Rotom hunt. And I don't like to stop things abruptly, so we're gonna do one more. We're gonna do a brilliant spawn. We're gonna look for specifically a brilliant spawn of Rotom, and that's where we'll mark the end of the Rotom hunt. So even though we've already updated the category and everything, we're going to look for one more brilliant spawn. For the time being, we'll do all encounters of Rotom and wait for that brilliant spawn. But if it starts to take too long, we'll just specifically seek out a brilliant spawn. And if we happen to get a shiny Rotom while we have something else as our stream title, then who cares, right? Been getting followers on my Kick channel, and it gotta be probably bots, because I don't know why they're following me if they're not popping in and watching me and chatting, but hey, I'll take it. But yeah, once we get a brilliant spawn on our Rotom or a shiny, we'll check for the back-to-back, and then we'll dip. You guys missed it earlier. I had a couple Rotoms glitch out into this mountain. This little mountain range right here at the end. That is the part where they glitch into the most. They'll just clip right through that wall, and then you can kind of half see them in there, and they'll pop out a little bit. And you can encounter them if you just spam ringing the bell and right along the edge of the mountain. But I've had one just disappear into the void, never to be seen again. And those were, of course, the Star Sparkle Marked Recluse shinies. Rarest shinies possible. Every time they pop up, they dip out on me. Dang, I'm getting pretty good luck right here with spawns. Lots and lots of Rotoms, yeah. Speaking of Rotom, I was thinking about what I could decorate the place with, and I wasn't feeling particularly inspired. So I was thinking about getting like all the Rotom cards that are available that are like not just like commons, because they're not very expensive, and then framing them up. But I thought would be coolest if I framed them up around a jumbo Rotom card. Because you know they have like the jumbo cards. They haven't given Rotom a jumbo card. So it would have to just be a frame of like all of them. Like, I mean, it would be fine. Probably fine. Or I could just put a picture of him in the middle. Or maybe like print out a picture of my shiny from the game, like my rarest one or my favorite one or whatever. And then put the cards around it. That might be kind of cool. I just thought of that now. I think that'd be pretty sweet. And then I was thinking about getting the little Rotom power plant thing off of the Pokemon Center. Yep. And then I think they did have a Rotom, like set. I'm gonna pull it up the Pokemon Center. I think it's sold out, but when you search up Rotom, I think it had its own like card set with like guaranteed cards that came in it. So if I could find that card set, oh, it looks like it's a tin. Yeah, they just had, I guess, of all time. I don't know if it's of all time, but yeah, it looks like that's the only like Rotom themed thing they ever had was Hidden Potential Rotom tin. It was 25 bucks. So if I grab that, I'll just get like a whole collection of like Rotom stuff. Let's see if anybody's selling the tin sealed. It's a little spendy. Looks like they have it on TCG Player. It might be open though. That looks weird. Yeah, it said it was 60 something, but then it's not available. Yeah, it looks like the cheapest one. It's about $100 bucks. Kind of a lot. But it'd be a cool thing to just have sealed, like the only like sealed Rotom product. I mean, there might be more that exist, but that's the only one that popped up on the Pokemon Center. So let's see here, Rotom sealed card. Something like that. I'm just gonna see if there's anything else besides the tin. What do they call those? Rotom sealed. Set? Something like that? Okay, so I do see the tin again. I think that might be the only Rotom, like, official thing they did. Yeah, so maybe I'll grab that up, like, slowly. I'll grab that up, grab the power plant, grab up the cards, and just kind of get, like, a little Rotom collection going. I think that'd be pretty sick. But, yeah. And I know they have plushies, but then been sold out of them for a while. Well, some of them. They got Fan, the normal one, the bigger normal one, the Dex. I don't know. Maybe I'll collect them up at some point. That could be pretty sick. Get a little kind of like Rotom decoration thing going. Maybe get like, you know what would be cool? I had made a hat that was, dang it, that was just like the electric outline of Rotom. I had made that into like a logo on a hat, and I had that made on a website. I think it'd be cool to have like that electric outline made into like a neon sign. And that would probably be pretty sick. I don't know, I have some ideas. Maybe I'll make a list of like Rotom swag that I can start putting together for my stream room. AKA my living room for the moment. until I get a new place. There's only been one other streamer that I remember that had Rotom as like their mascot. And I think it's called, his name was Mower of the Lawns or something like that. And he is, I think he was Australian? Or British? And I remember watching him do his authentic Sinistea hunt, which he did in the Glenwood Tangle for like ever, and he phased on like hundreds of other Pokemon. And then he ended up giving up on doing it in Glenwood Tangle and going to the old cemetery, which I don't blame him for. But I think he still did grass encounters. So I think you can get it in grass encounters there. So he still did grass encounters there, but it had a slightly increased rate there. And he ended up getting there, which is pretty cool. I'm always sad to see people like give up on their like conviction of their hunt specifically, like whatever you originally set out on. I'm always bummed if they like yield on that. Dude, my forehead is itching real bad. Like for instance with Reversal on the Phoebus hunt, how he gave up on doing the true 1%. I was a little bummed about that, but I get it though. He was doing it for over 2 years, having exceptionally bad luck. Plus, even for a 1%, it felt like it was less than normal. Somebody should have crunched the numbers on that. Test it out. There's certain things that are like said to be true, like for instance, they say that the sociable mark has like the same odds as every other mark, but anyone that's caught a bunch of shiny Pokemon knows that the sociable mark appears much more often than any other mark. It is the most common mark. So if like data miners or whatever would really crunch the numbers, I feel like that's what they've done. But I'm not going to do it, so I'm just speculating. I did check out Champions. I thought Champions was alright. I'm not much of a battler. I think it's cool for what it is. I went in and I purchased a starter pack and did very few things. I got a little team started, but I didn't go, I could have altered all of my teams inside the games where I took them from. That would be easier. I was trying to get the full experience. That being said, I didn't even do that, but I made what's supposed to be, what would be my team, but I haven't gotten it all trained up and everything. So I imagine I have enough points for most of it, maybe not. I heard that changing moves is the most expensive thing, which I find weird. You would think it'd be natures or abilities or something like that, but just moves. Okay, I guess so people don't just constantly change the moves on all their Pokemon. I don't know. I don't see how that would really matter. I feel like they're also kind of trying to milk people a little bit, trying to make a little dollars. It's nothing too exorbitant, but that's how you play the game when it comes to these kinds of free-to-play games. You gotta build in some microtransactions. What they should have mostly done is just put in a lot of really goofy cosmetics and stuff and charge people for that. That's usually how they do it. Nothing that's integral to the actual gameplay, for obvious reasons. But yeah, if I got like a neon blue sign with that like light blue there, of his outline, yeah, that'd be pretty sick. Or make like a beaded sign that's all outlined and electricity. That'd be pretty Golurk's cry is pretty loud. But yeah, once we get a brilliant spawn on the Rotom, we'll switch back to our Munchlax, huh? We have the day off, we have Theo over. Don't really have any plans. Speaking of plans, though, we do plan on taking a vacation back to Arizona where we're from to see family and friends. It'll be Theo's first time going, and it'll be his first time meeting a lot of my family, so that should be pretty fun. I'm pretty excited about it. Because the last vacation I took, I get 3 vacation weeks a year. The last vacation I took, me and Theo were just hanging out at home. Which was fine, but I feel like I'm wasting an opportunity when we could be going to something a little more interesting. Like maybe while we're in Arizona, I could take him to like my old hood, you know what I'm saying? Stomping ground. Take him out in the desert. Get out of here, Aquanid. Dude, he's still chasing me. This is why I hunt these in the rain instead of in the thunderstorm. I used to do thunderstorm because I wanted the thunderstruck mark on him, because he's electric, thunder, lightning, it all. The vibe's pretty good. But dude, running away from those freaking Noiverns is so irritating. They will chase you to the ends of the earth. I knew I was going to encounter that. There's like no way. Yeah, I was doing some encounters for Rotom offline. Didn't get any shiny, but the Rotom hunt will continue off and on until we get that Recluse March 1. My headset cord is stuck in between my toes, trying to shake it loose. That was annoying. But yeah, until we get it, it's what's gotta happen. Gonna have to pop back to it every now and then. Because eventually we'll get it. Because getting the Recluse mark on Rotom in the game where marks were introduced, just say it's pretty important to me. I haven't gotten the Recluse mark on any Pokemon yet, but I got it on Rotom specifically. Well, I guess I have, but not on the shiny Pokemon. That would be pretty sick. Still no Brilliant Spawn yet. The Brilliant Spawn will signify switching hunts. It could happen. Come on. Hopefully my sister will Dynamax Adventure with me and Theo tonight, because I thought I could stream that, and that would be pretty fun. Because she's yet to get a shiny during Dynamax Adventures, and he hasn't either. So if we could capture their first shiny on stream, I mean, technically I'd have to they'd have to send me a screenshot or something, or share their screen on Discord or something. Which neither one of them can do, seeing as how they don't have a capture card. So I guess that wouldn't work exactly, but they could just tell me they got it, and I'd believe them, and so would you. Or maybe you wouldn't. Can't really put words in your mouth. Wonder wondering how late Theodore stayed up, I always get up way before him because on my days I work, I usually get up at 2. So on my days off, I usually sleep till about 4 because that's about as late as I can get my body to sleep in. And the latest I can usually stay up is like 10 or 11. We're gonna have to dip rather quick if we're gonna try to avoid the Sanguinid. It might already be too close to get away from. I'll give it a shot. See ya! Go Rotoms over here, get through. But yeah, I feel like if we grabbed up that Rotom tin, we got a Rotom cards. We get a Rotom frame. Gotta be rather spendy, but we start to get a little setup going. Our custom Rotom hat. We want, man, dude, I really want a official Rotom hat from the Pokemon Center website, but I swear they made hats of like every Pokemon but Rotom. They don't have anything. They don't have shirts, nothing. I think they did have a shirt in the past. It was like him flying out of a TV or something. I probably would want to find that too. That does sound very familiar. I think I've looked that up before. It's just a t-shirt. I'll get it. Have it signed by Rotom himself. Get it framed up. Draclo's cries. Creepy. Like, You've never played Pokemon Shield before? Pixel Princess? It is not the first one on the Switch, but it's the main, or it was the first of the main series on the Switch. Generation 8. It's my favorite. It did have pretty bad reviews when it came out. A lot of people came around to like it, but people still consider it one of the worst in the series, which is ironic because I find it to be the most fun. But the reason why I like it is because I love shiny hunting so much, and the shiny hunting in this game is very unique. It introduced different sparkle types. So if you get a shiny Pokemon in the wild, it will usually have square sparkles with an insanely low chance of it having star sparkles. And then if you hatch an egg and it has a shiny, it'll have star sparkles with a 1 in 16 chance that it has square sparkles. And they didn't do that in any other game. For some reason, only in this one. It is pretty cool. And then there are different spawn types, depending upon how you encounter things, that change the odds of different sparkle types. Like, for instance, if you shake trees, which is what we're going to do after this, after I get a Brilliant spawn, Rotom will switch to shaking trees. If you get one from a tree, that's always star sparkle, but then it has a 1 in 16 chance of it being a square sparkle instead. I don't know why, but I like different layers of rarity. They also introduced marks in this game, which are really cool, which are special titles you can get on your Pokemon, and you can only find them on ones in the wild. So that increases the level of rarity. Like, for instance, I really want one with the Recluse mark, which is the rarest mark. I want a Rotom, shiny Rotom with Recluse mark. But that's with the mark charm, 1 in 300 chance. So 1 in 300 chance on a 1 in 1365 makes it be like roughly 1 in 409,000 or something like that. which I feel like I've done enough encounters where I might have seen it by this point, but that's not how odds work. But yeah, I'll show you what I mean, just since we're having the conversation right now. So this is a shiny Yamper. Oh, hang on. I got him in the wild. He has a mark. So when we throw him out, you're going to see squares shoot out of him, and he'll have a special little title that reads out. So if you look in his summary, he has the Sleepy Time mark. So when you throw him out, it says Yamper the Sleepy. So it'll say that in his name, and then you'll see the square sparkle since I caught him in the wild. So let's go find a Rotom encounter. Here we go. So if you see down on the screen, Yamper the Sleepy, and then squares shoot out of him. Oh, he couldn't get away. No, leave Yamper alone. I have Yampers because they have an ability called Ball Fetch, and I like to catch things in rare Pokeballs. So, he allows me to get, per Yamper that I have, which right now I got 3 on me, per Yamper I can get back a rare ball that failed to catch. Let me find a Star Sparkle, though, to show you the Star Sparkles. Okay, this squirrel is a Star Sparkle, and he has a mark. And I know, it is cool. Usually you can't, like, because in the wild is the only place you can get marks. And in the wild, Star Sparkles spawning are, like, broken. So they're, like, 1 in 6 million or something like that. Basically next to impossible to get. I mean, people have gotten them, but it's like a handful of people ever documented getting them. But if you shake trees, those always have Star Sparkle with a 1 in 16 chance of having Square Sparkle. So I specifically did a tree shake hunt until I got one with Star Sparkles with a mark, because that's one of the only times that combination can actually happen. So that's how I got this guy from shaking a tree. And he has the pumped up mark, which makes him Squovit the Driven, but you'll see that he also has Star Sparkles. Oh, I didn't put him on the team, so you're not going to see that at all unless I do that. Gotta remember to put Yamper back on. Yeah, I'll show you. So this time he's going to have stars come out of him, and in the title it'll say the Driven. So on the bottom of the screen. Oh, I'm kind of balking it a little bit, but it says the Driven. Squovit the Driven, and then stars. I don't know why. I find that endlessly amusing. Okay, he's hurting my squirrel. No, you're being mean. Oh no, he's going to kill him. Okay, he's dead. Not dead, knocked out. Well, that was rude. Trying to show. Alright, well, we got away out now that he's knocked out. Rotom, chill. Oh, I feel bad. He's fainted now. Oh well. So let's switch back. And then we'll switch this guy up. Once we find a Brilliant Spawn, we're going to switch to a Tree Shake Hunt. Brilliant Spawn is another layer of rarity. In the game, they can in the overworld, they can have like a yellow aura on them, which I also like. And if they have this yellow aura on them, it means they'll have 2 perfect IVs, which are like stats on them. And they can have an egg move if that Pokemon has egg moves available to them, which are moves that are usually only available when you specifically breed them to have them. And they also just don't pop up that much. If you KO a Pokemon, knock it out in battle 500 times, then increases them having a Brilliant Spawn with that aura from 1% to 3%. So it's a maximum of 3% that you ever see ones with auras. Now, I've been hunting Rotoms for like 6 years. I've caught probably close to 200 of them shiny, because I'm trying to get one with a rare mark on it. And I've knocked him out 999 times. He's maxed out in the Dex entry. I can show you, because it keeps track of it. I'm going to sort it by A to Z, because I don't know where he falls in the Dex. But for each one of these, you have like a mount battled on there, which means how many of them you've knocked out. And for Rotom, since I've been hunting him for years, you can see 999. I've done more than that, though. I've KO'd more of them, but that's how many it shows in here. So because of that, he has the maximum amount of brilliant spawns that will happen, but it caps out at 3. And what's funny is, when the game first came out, people thought that when you KO'd them, once you got up to 500 KOs, that would increase your odds of finding a shiny of that one, but that wasn't true. We didn't find out until like 4 or 5 years later that it only worked on the brilliant spawns. So, I don't know if they meant for it to be that way or not, but it means that 3% of spawns have a 1 in 495 chance of being shiny, which essentially makes it be not really significant at all. If only 3% of the spawns have that brilliant aura, it basically is like a busted shiny hunting method. It doesn't really work. But I have done brilliant aura shiny hunts, just to say that I've done it. That's how I got a Ditto and a Delmise. And then I've gotten some other ones just by sheer luck. Is it looping? Do I have it unmuted somewhere? Huh. I don't know. Looping in what way? Looping as in doing the same thing over and over? Because that's me. I'm doing the same thing over and over. Do you mean sound it's looping? Because that I'm not familiar with. Let me check my... I'll check my own stream. See if something's wonky. You're on Twitch? Okay, yeah. Well, here I am, so let's see. I'll try and hear what you're hearing. Oh, what the heck? Something weird just happened. Sounds normal to me, so... Oh, it's not the sound? Oh, doing the same thing over and over. Yeah, that's shiny hunting. That's what shiny hunting is. Every time I go in and I encounter one of these, there's a 1 in 1,365 that it have a different... that it has a different color to it. And it has that sparkling, like I showed you when I threw out the other one. So I can show you a clip of a shiny that I got recently to show you what I mean. So this is a... I was doing fishing, and I got a shiny Magikarp, right? So Magikarp's usually like orange, but this one looks like more like yellow or gold. So every time there's a 1 in 1,365. So this one was shiny. You'll see the squares come out of it because it's in the wild. So, that's what shiny hunters do. They just literally do the same thing over and over and over to try and get that rare thing to come out. So, it's not always necessarily the most entertaining thing to watch, but I like to do it, you know, while I chat with peeps or what have you. Dude, I cannot get this Rotom to encounter me. Yep. But, Rotom, if you get him shiny, the little blue outline on him changes to like a orange, and his body becomes like a maroon, like a dark maroon, and his eyeballs, I think his eyeballs look different too, I forget. I've caught hundreds of them shiny, so I can show you exactly what it looks like, because I have tons of them in my box. So I'll show you what a shiny one looks like. This is my Thunderstruck one. So that's what a shiny one would look like if it appeared. It's like a slightly different shade of blue, I think. I think the other one's like a little brighter blue. But that's what it would look like when I got a shiny one. And I've gotten tons of them, so I mean it does happen. It's just rare, which is what makes it cool. So basically, I'm trying to get something that's already rare in a 300 times more rare version of it. That's what I'm going for. I guess it depends upon what you mean by offers. If you mean like if I'm looking to commission anybody, not at the moment. I mean, once I have like enough of a following to where maybe I need to commission for emoticons or something, I could look into something like that. So I could keep you in mind if that's what you do. Right. It's something I'd be willing to consider in the future. I don't think I have enough of a following to really warrant it right now. So at the moment, I'm just using random stuff I found or AI stuff that I had whipped up. But it's something I would be open to once once I have enough of a following to warrant it, I guess I should say. But I respect the hustle, though. People gotta get out there and wrangle up business, I get it. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get this brilliant spawn. I think I'm just gonna go actually specifically look for a brilliant spawn. I'm gonna skip over everything else because I want to switch over to trees. So have you ever played any Pokemon games? It's a pretty popular genre. So it's always surprising when someone's not touched it at all. Let's see here. Why is the gameplay looping? That actually cracks me up. I've never heard shiny hunting described so perfectly. Is your game broken? It's doing the same thing over and over. There's a brilliant spawn. It's got that aura around it. Was not shiny though, but that's just what I like to set arbitrary little goals for myself before I switch what I'm doing. So now we're going to switch over to tree shaking, which is even more looping and boring. I don't know why I just did that. Go down into the Crown Tundra. Thanks for stopping in, though, Pixel. I'll try to remember to, like, follow you or something so I can have you in mind for that, and I'll check out your work. If you want to, I don't think I have bots blocking anything, so if you have, like, a Twitter or something where I could look at your stuff, I'd be willing to check that out, too, if you're even still here. Time to go back to the boring tree shake hunt. But we want that Munchlax. We want it bad. Dang, first encounter? That's kinda cool. Did not mean to do that. Hang on. There it is. Alright, I followed you. I'll see if you got any... Oh! See if you got anything I can see. Yeah, I don't see any of your stuff, but I'll keep you in mind though. I got you followed. I could probably remember you. Huh? Hang on. What is this? Oh. Hang on. Had somebody I need to ban real quick. Let's go! Well, first try for a Munchlax ain't bad. I hope I remembered to save in front of the tree. I feel like I forgot. And I'm going to have to do all that stuff I just did again. Hopefully I remembered, though. Oh man, this chair is already starting to make my butt hurt. I need a better chair. Oh no, I am in front of the tree. Alright, I did remember. Let's go. Alright, back-to-back Munchlax. It's a squirrel. It's a squirrel. Why is the game Why is the game looping? The question of all questions. Why would you possibly do the same thing over and over? Good question. Oh, I'm only turned on Twitch for some reason. Hang on. That was weird. My multi-chat stopped working. I'll be honest, what I would be leery about is if I was like hiring people now to make logos and stuff. There's like a chance that they're giving me back AI stuff anyways, you know, so you like hire them and then they just give you AI assets. That's probably got to be happening, at least a little bit, if not a lot of it. I'd be like, I'm gonna use AI, I should just use AI myself. Unless you have some kind of special licensing slash creative way of entering prompts. And even still, I wouldn't want to pay someone for that. Call me crazy. Will we phase for the first time on our tree shake hunt? What do you guys think? Why is the gameplay looping? Good question. Whew. I do think it's funny when people put TTV in their names on Twitch. It's like, we know you're on Twitch. Your login's on Twitch. It's like making a YouTube channel called like Behood YouTube. It's like, yes, it is on YouTube. Munchlax. You could appear shiny, bruh. I'd appreciate it. Thanks. Alright. So I have some errands I need to run today. And then if it's a nice day, maybe me and Theo will do some disc golfing. I don't know what courses are good around these parts. I mostly know Idaho. And even that I don't know all that much. Or we could do basketball, but I feel like disc golf would be more fun. I need to get a disc golf bag. Right now I just have like I have to have it in like a duffel bag. It's not my favorite. I like having official stuff. I would like that Rotom tin sealed. I think that'd be pretty cool little item, seeing as how it's literally only TCG promo thing they've like ever released for Rotom. Which is kind of sad. It's not a very popular Pokemon, apparently, but it is in my heart. Obviously. I'm milking this second cup of coffee I have here just to try and make it last long, because I'm not going to have a third one. At least not for a little while, because I don't know. I'm getting old. I have to make sure I hydrate and stuff. I'm probably going to get some multivitamins pretty soon here so I can try and eke out a couple more years on this planet. Might as well take care of oneself to some degree. If our first one we get out of this tree shake hunt is the Munchlax, that would be some good luck. Shiny, I mean. That'd be pretty good. And if it had a recluse mark on it, I'd be like, oh my goodness. I'm ready for a shiny. Dude, if we got a tree shake shiny, even if it wasn't the Munchlax, it would make a pretty good clip. You don't see those every day. Whew, already starting to fall asleep. Something about that shaking noise and then rain falling and everything. What? You say something? Getting close to our record. 23 is our record. Oh, we got it for 20. One of these days we'll beat 23. For items that fill out of 3. Chicory. Theo's crashed out already. He probably was up all night. Even though I tell him to go to bed. Because since I fall asleep early, he just stays up as late as he feels like. Dang it! Unless I wake up in the middle of the night and be like, go to bed. Child. Ooh, child, you should probably go to bed. I was actually happy that they did include marks and champions, so you can bring in stuff with cool marks and shinies and flex on fools. And I was also glad that in the initial release they had my boy Rotom in there, because he wasn't in the initial release of Legend ZA. He wasn't in there until the expansion. And even then, he was quite rough to find, being a freaking 5-star hyperspace zone. I was like, are you serious? Looked for his hyperspace zone for like 2 or 3 weeks before I found it. Probably like 3 weeks. 'Twas not my favorite. I think it's time for a shiny. I was wrong. 'Twas not time. Usually, me and Theo will do some stuff, like going out one day, and then the next day we'll do like a movie. Usually how it goes. And then we try to convince my sister to do a Dynamax adventure with us. And she says she's gonna, and then she flakes on us. It's good times. Real good times. Get a little off-centered since I'm leaning back, I'm not sure. Shiny time for me? Please? What you barking about? What you barking about? Hush! Hush! Come on, Munchlax. You could be shiny. It would be fine. I wouldn't be mad at you. I feel like changing the weather, just so it's easier to spot the shiny. Went too far. Hush! Let's see what today's weather is. What's today's weather? What's on the forecast? Besides kicking a dog. Just kidding, I won't kick her. But you be hushing. You be hushing. Okay? Okay, what is that? I think that's intense heat or overcast or something? I don't know. Either way, it should be pretty easy to spot dang old Shenandoah. You wanna come here, Tubby? Wanna come say hi to the stream? This is my girl, Callie. She's a sheepoo. She's kind of big in the middle. She's a husky gal. But she's a big, big sweetie. And she smells bad. But that's she's a dog. She was the one barking. Let's keep it down, okay, sweetheart? Oh, she's caught on my headset. There we go. Uh-oh. Okay, I thought I maybe activated a macro, but I don't think I did. Oh, it looks like, yeah, it looks like it's intense heat, which is still fine. I can still see the shinies, I think. I don't know. If I could get a shiny, though, I could clip it up, and it would be good. Speaking of clipping it up, my last reels, both on Facebook and Instagram, went absolutely nowhere. They just died in the water. And I think it's because I had them, had the black boxes on them, because I used edits I'd pulled off of CapCut. And I don't think reels like that. Reels ain't real big fans of that. So we'll re-release the Magikarp clip. Doggies. You snuggling with Theodore? Wait, I do know the place where we can go. It's where we usually go. It's like a practice place. Maybe we'll hit that place. That wouldn't be bad. For disc golf? Yeah, that'd be fine. I'm gonna have to go potty soon. I've had too much coffee. I'm looking for my, for the main version machine update for 24. I talk about it all the time, but I want it. I want it to release, bruh. Just so you guys know, Gravekeeper on Steam is free today for some reason. So if you just want to grab up a free copy. From what I understand, it's a lot like Stardew Valley. In fact, I should tell Nathan about that. What a nice person I am. Save yourself like a whole $5. Theo left some of his school books at the house, so we're gonna have to go grab those up so we can do all of his schoolwork today. Because I don't want to have to do any tomorrow if we can avoid it. So that's kind of annoying. But we'll try to use that as an opportunity to get a couple errands done and stuff like that. And then go and throw some frisbees and such. I think that'll be cool. And I'm gonna take a potty break pretty soon here. We'll go take a potty break. Next time we get a Munchlax. That's right, we're peeing our pants. I know. You're jealous. You're jealous that I get to pee my pants. Come on now. Munchlax. Munchlax. That's not a Munchlax. Munchlax. 'When will we get to use the restroom? That is the question. Not right now. And that little bit of time before the game launches, can easily fall asleep during that time. Be hood in narcoleptic stream. 10% Munchlax, so I can go pee. Munchlax. And have it be shiny. That's fine as well. Would make a good clip. Slash good video. Munchlax will never appear again. I should invest in Depends, 'cause I'm gonna pee myself. 'Cause I'm gonna pee myself. The only thing I don't like about this spot is there's not a lot of diversity in spawns to at least kind of break up the monotony. It's either squirrel, little squirrel, big squirrel, or Munchlax. That's it. A little squirrel. Whenever I set an arbitrary goal, it always makes that thing not appear. The game likes to troll me. Maybe I'll go to LC Science and have them make me the Rotom sign. That'd be pretty cool. Come on, Munchlax. You ain't Munchlax. Like a knockoff Munchlax. Knockoff Munchlax. Oh, somebody's giving away some dog stairs. I'd be tempted just because one of my dogs Afraid to get up and down after bed. I don't want to buy stairs just for the couple of days a week she spends over here. Got shared custody. Can't wait to get my modded 3DS back so we can do some DS hunts and Virtual Console Gen 2 hunts. Pretty chic. Hello. Hello, chat. How you doing, chat? I'm doing good. Thanks for asking, chat. I don't even remember seeing what came out of the tree there. That's probably just a shiny. My brain was on autopilot. You guys will have to tell me if I missed one. Munchlax, am I gonna take a pee? No Munchlax, no pee for me. I feel like it's gonna happen soon. Or a shiny. We'll still go take a pee if we get a shiny too. Once I catch it. Come on, game. It's okay. Still no Munchlax. Dang, we're on quite the dry spell in the 10%. Munchlax, spawn. I said I was gonna go. I said I was gonna go. Pee. You just gotta give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give me that funk, that sweet, that nasty, that gushy stuff. That wasn't that sweet, that nasty, or that gushy stuff. It was just a squirrel. Alright, come on, game. Dang. This Munchlax dry spell is crazy, dog. Oh my goodness. Dang! I feel like we're gonna get a shiny before we get another Munchlax. Whew. Is it going to be a big squirrel or a little squirrel? Put your predictions in the chat. Big squirrel, little squirrel. Big squirrel, little squirrel. If you said little squirrel, you are right. But only because it's the most statistically probable. Oh dang, Munchlax, we both are wrong. Alright, I'm gonna go pee on the back. Alrighty! We're back, and guess what? We're gonna get a shiny. That's right. Y'all thought you were just gonna watch somebody shake a tree with nothing happening. Not true. Alright, we're getting a shiny, alright? Now you may be wondering, how? Like, how can you know for sure? Like, you're gonna use, like, RNG manipulation, you're gonna hack the game, you're gonna sacrifice a baby on the altar of, you know, some demon? No. He's gotta will it to happen with good vibes. You know what I mean? That's one thing people don't talk about. just will the shinies to happen. With good vibes. The untapped strategy. Tired. Oh my goodness. Heard they had 2 cups of coffee. My paranoid brain is thinking that not that Greedent, but the one before that was shiny because their freaking shiny difference is so subtle. Let's get a little refresher on Greedent. What it looks like in Sword and Shield. Yeah, it's just lighter. Yeah. I don't know, bro. Hard to tell. Especially when it's got the sun shining in my face and stuff, like there's a glare on the Squobit's easy to tell. Big difference between, like, red and gray. He has a pretty good shiny, though, for being a pretty insignificant squirrel. Pretty good shiny. Oh my goodness, dude. Oh. I'm not sure we're gonna stream for a whole lot longer here. It's starting to fade. I might go snuggle with the dogs before Theo gets up and we do school. I'm not quite sure. But I plan to be on later, if I can talk my sister into playing with us. I was thinking I could get her on Discord. We could all be on Discord chatting together. Theo could be on Discord on his phone or whatever. I'll just be talking about the adventure. The Dynamax adventure. Be pretty fun. Shiny Munchlax, please. Hey, squirrel. Alright, since we're dozing off pretty consistently, we got a little traction on here. I think I'm probably going to keep going till we get one more Munchlax. And then I'm gonna jump off. And I think I'm gonna redo a Twitch clip. I'm gonna try to log into my Facebook again on my browser so I can share on Facebook through my browser because it wasn't working before for some reason. It was like glitching out. Ooh. Tree shake hands, I don't know, man. I could have just slept 12 hours, but I'm still gonna start passing out. There's something like that just blows me to sleep about it. Perhaps that it's dull. Whew. Alright. So once we get that Munchlax spawn, we're gonna dip out. I think we might chill for a little minute before we wake Theo up. Get some school done, run some errands. Should be fun. Dig, dig, dig. Alright. Shiny Munchlax time. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. Enough to make my system run. This is bananas, man. We've got very, very few Munchlax spawns recently. The game is not being my friend. Never getting another Munchlax again. It's gonna be a shiny squirrel and no Munchlax. Because we want that. Come on. Come on, Poker Man. Dang, we've been getting so many Squovits. It's like it's the most common one. Oh man. Yeah, maybe I'll go take a little snooze with the Doggerinos after this Munchlax appears. Ponder out what we want to do today exactly. Come on. Hook it up. Hook it up with the Munchlax spawn. That's what it wants to give me, is that Squovit over and over. Ooh. It's having kind of like a weird half pseudo dream about the Mafia enforcing something Pokemon related. It was very strange. There we are. Well, thanks for coming through, guys. It's been fun. I will catch you on the next one.